Hi, Richard here again. Quick little message which I think is really important for pre-service teachers and for brand new teachers. And that is the topic of being drawn into negativity around the staff room or around teachers. So this is probably an unusual message for teachers to hear, but it's important. So let me paint a picture. You've got a brand new teacher and they're at school and they're a bit lost. They assume that they should hang out in the staff room a little bit, and they hang out in the staff room and they find there's a core bunch of teachers, often men, who just seem to bicker about students, and they talk quite negatively about teaching, and they draw this new teacher in. They befriend this teacher. They want to include this teacher into their circle, but it's all negative. And the new teacher's wants to fit in, and these are the teachers that the new teacher is exposed to. And so they get drawn into this thing, and 6 months later they've become negative and switched off to teaching, and 9C's a drag, and that student's terrible, and there's all these problems, and then they bicker about the admin, and everything is negative. So why does this happen? Well, it's human nature. There are certain people who their identity is caught up with being negative. It's just the way it is. Now, thankfully, this doesn't happen in all schools, and it may not happen in many schools, but it's certainly, I've seen it a lot. After I'd finished 6 years of teaching, I was a bit nomadic, and I was traveling around. I was in Darwin, and I had a casual teaching stint for a few weeks in this one school. And it was a maths stint, and the head of maths really had it in for one of the deputies, a female deputy. And he did everything he could. He would ask me directly. In fact, he challenged me at a barbecue at his place, because he knew that I wasn't buying his game about this deputy principal. I mean, she was the one that employed me. I didn't want to bag her out. I didn't want to get her on the wrong side. But he did not like the fact that I wasn't coming on board with his view that she was an outright bitch and blah, blah, blah. I'd never seen anything wrong with this woman. And I was an experienced teacher. So it doesn't only happen with new teachers. So anyway, my point is, just be careful of who you hang out with in the staff room. And also understand that if you're at a school where there's a present element of negativity, you won't even see the positive teachers. They will walk through the staff room, they won't engage, and then they'll go into their own departments. And they're positive and enthusiastic in the classroom. They won't share that. Because if you try and share an intelligent, open-minded aspiration about teaching, you'll get shot down in flames, because from where those people are operating, they can't tolerate positivity, because it forces them to challenge their own worldview. And their worldview is that teaching sucks, and I don't really want to be here, but I have to be here because it's my job, and I don't like the kids, and I don't like this teacher, and I don't like that teacher, and it just goes on and on. So just be aware that where there's negativity in a school, that's what's going to be most visible. They will be the loudest voices. You need to seek out the positive teachers, but they won't be visible. They're off being quiet. Fortunately, there's also schools where the norm is to be positive and to be open-minded and so on, and that's fantastic. But I'm just saying, you might be at a school where there's a strong negative element. Don't hang out with those people. If they try and engage you, just, you can laugh with them, but there's no point challenging them, because you're not going to win. So try and find even one teacher who's enthusiastic, who's on your wavelength, who you can learn from, and listen to them and get that vibe. But you can get drawn in very easily to the negative. And that's a lesson in life. I mean, it's not just teaching. This happens everywhere. So there you go. Just be careful who you hang out with. That's the message. Hope you got something out of that, and I hope you don't have to deal with it. But if you do, there's a message for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.